Hurricane season starting to wind down right now. Our last day is November 30th, and that means all storm chasers are switching out from wind and rain with their vehicles to ice and snow with their vehicles. And no one knows how to do that better than Mike Boylan. He is Mike's weather page. Listen to this.
And we are getting some intense winds and rain. Hey, we should probably be in the truck, dude. We should be in the truck.
No, I love it. Look at this video right there. I mean, watch this palm tree snap right there and down. And that was amazing. That was a dahlia right there a couple years ago. And he wrote this on his socials. My storm chaser, my home away from home, been in 6 major hurricanes, protected me from so many storms, my security blanket in times of need. I don't think I've written anything that loving to my wife. Mike Boylan joining me right now. I love it. And when we were talking about this before, you're retrograding and retrofitting your truck from hurricane season to snow stuff, but it's like all your specifications.
Yeah, the blanket story is so funny. I took my youngest daughter's blanket one time, her taco blanket, and she came home from school and Mom had to tell her that I took her blanket with me. And she's like, Dad. So I always had that comfy little blanket to remind me of home in my truck.
I love it. That, by the way, when I was looking at that video before, Mike, I forgot how bad a dahlia actually was. And when you're snapping palm trees off right in the middle, you know those winds were stiff.
Oh, it was a, pretty strong Cat 3 there. And, it hit the Big Bend area, Perry. I've learned a lot of times if a storm doesn't hit a highly populated area, it doesn't really get that attention. But man, they went through Georgia there, and man, I've heard stories up through Georgia, Valdosta. So many trees were down that we kind of forgot about.
Yeah, no, there were. So let's talk about what you're doing with your truck right now. I thought this was fascinating. So you're officially hanging up the hurricane season, right? It's on a hook. Now you're focusing in on the winter.
Yeah, I've been approached. The Boylan does a lot of stuff with NASCAR, and those guys saw my truck one time. Josh at JCO Corporation there, I had to give him a shout out. They have my truck right now. Mm-hmm. They're like, we have to do better with your lights. So apparently I'm getting all the latest technology. There they are right there. It's awesome. Like they want me to be equipped with lights, which I have to have. I didn't know this the first time I went storm chases in 2020 with Delta in Louisiana. I rented a vehicle with very soft amber lights, and you have to have lighting, number one. I mean, lighting is so important, and it's been helpful through the years too. Unfortunately, I've run across accidents, and we've had to use my lights to help first responders. I've had to use them on Interstate 10 to help clear the pine trees off the interstate. Communications are big. There's some of the lights there. But yeah, the winter time is almost the same as hurricane time as far as what you need.
Yeah, let's talk about your driving skills too. You live in Florida, right? You don't get a lot of snow down there. Are you used to driving in snow?
Well, last week we talked about my adventures, and I'm definitely a rookie. I didn't use some of the same mindset that I should have. Quarter tank of gas, never, ever when you're on a mountain that's getting pounded with snow. I did not have blankets. I did not have pillows. I did not have food or snacks in case you get stranded. So these are essentials. Even my dad, old school dad, 87, is like, yeah, you got to have a candle and matches in your car, as a way to get heat and light, just in case, paper maps. People don't realize that if your GPS goes out we rely on these GPS, right? Paper maps. Got to go to Walmart and get yourself an old Ram McNally. You never know when you might need it.
Yeah, I have one too. You're absolutely right. I love looking at the maps anyway, but not when you're driving. But what other things? I've heard. I used to have my dad would tell me, hey, get kitty litter. Throw that in the back of your car because it was grip on the ice.
Oh, 100%. Yep. And the shovel. You get stuck in that. But the kitty litter actually helps kind of melt the snow a little bit and. Definitely gives you traction. It's a NASCAR trick too. They dump sand out there sometimes and it soaks up the oil. So it definitely helps get a little grit, to get going. Some of the things I learned too, over the years that I'd never really thought about, like keeping your windows clean. Like you don't realize having a lot of, shop towels and paper towels. Having a magnetic charger, I learned too. Like if your USB gets wet in your phone, you can't charge it. So you always make sure you have that magnetic charger in your vehicle because you never know if your port gets wet.
Like the cradle.
Flares are huge. Yeah, definitely. You need that. Jumper cables are huge. Having an extra battery. I carry an extra 12-volt battery. Fuses, fuel cans are definite, but having one of those pumps that pump the fuel, because these new style fuel cans are terrible. If you're out there, 10-degree weather and needing to fill your gas tank and you can't push that little green thing in, those little $20 fuel pumps are great for that. So that's been good. Boots are big for me. You get out of the debris and you need to walk around a little bit. And I tell you what, the biggest thing for me over the years has been having multiple cellular connections, because it's a little more pricey, but you can, they sell some of these third-party GlocalMe's one of them that it'll connect to the nearest tower. It doesn't care if it's Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, but having in multiple ways to get cellular signals is so important. And I even carry an old school CB with me, because you never know when you might need to reach out.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike, let's talk about your truck. You're upgrading it right now. You talked about lights. You need better lights. What else are they going to throw on there for you?
Well, definitely. So the one thing cool with Boylan, there's going to be a button I can hit, and I can get like left side lights, right side lights, front lights, rear lights. Backup lights are huge for me. You never really realize it, but when you're in, blinding snowstorm or even rains, being able to see behind you. Having a good PA horn, I've had to use that so many times to communicate with people that might be stranded, or somebody out there that needs some help. Hey, do you need help? You need a chainsaw? What you need? Getting the word out there, and really just cleaning it up. I mean, it's kind of a here's what they took out everything that I had, and it's kind of a hazard. You don't really want to be driving around with all these wires everywhere, and it's a safety thing. You start middle of a storm. I've had some wires short out, and you don't know where it's coming from. So they're basically just ripped out all. There's my old wires right there. They took everything out, and they're making it clean. And it's important. I mean, having Starlink, I have Starlink on the roof. I have it on the back, and having all this wired. I used to have wires coming up through the doors. You open the door and there's wires hanging. They're actually routing them all correctly, and waterproof connections. So
that's great.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And oh, it is. It's going to look really good. And, when I'm on the side of the road, the Interstate 10 deal was real. We were clearing out trees during Helene, and I could not believe there was 30, 40 trees that guys were cutting. But I would go along with them every tree of the way and light everything up, because it was pitch black. There's no power, obviously. And that was huge. But then, just the truck itself, having, good tires, a lot of fix to flat, and air pumps, just in case you run across something you don't intended to.
I was looking at the back too of your truck. You got these stickers on there too. It looked like hurricane decals. Is that for every storm?
Yeah, so compliments of Julie, my wife. She got one of those cricket machines, and every little sticker is a storm I've been in. And I've been in six majors now. The truck's been in 6 majors. Wow. There's the Ian right there. Definitely one of the most intense. But yeah, it reminded me of the hurricane hunters, right? Every storm they've been in. So kind of my new tradition there. We sticker it up.
I mean, I love it. That thing is going to be peppered and pasted on there. By the way, what year and model is that truck?
It's an 18 Silverado, and again, so the first Storm Chase 2020, I came back, I rented a Jeep. I'm like, I'm going to buy me a Storm Chaser, and I'm like, I already have one. It was our family vehicle. Yeah. So over the years, though, the seating got tighter and tighter and tighter, right. and it makes a little more noise and clunks, so it became my baby and my baby only now. So.
It's great. How far are you going to take this thing during the wintertime? You're going to go all the way up the Eastern Seaboard? You're going to go to Midwest?
Well, you definitely, I'm an Appalachian Smoky Mountain guy. I just love it. Been up there quite a few times, so definitely going to be hitting the mountains. I don't know how far north I'll go. Heck, if it's like last year, I took it to Tallahassee and saw 6 inches of snow.
That's a good point.
But yeah, 100%. And, something about chasing snow's a lot, I guess, less danger as far as the hurricanes. Hurricanes, you're seeing everybody's lives turned upside down, right. and destruction. So at least the snow isn't as severe as what potential impacts.
You know what? If this season comes to fruition with nor'easter season, I would love for you to drive up here and chase a nor'easter with me just once.
I'll meet you. Yeah, that's your turf, right? I can do it.
Those are my favorite storms and nor'easters. Yeah, Mike, always great to talk to you. I can't wait to see this thing when you finally get it back. I want to see how bad this beast actually looks.
Yeah, your producers, we mentioned that. So we'll do a walk around tour of it. and definitely show it off. Maybe more at night. You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna light up half of Florida.
That's excellent. Mike Boylan from Mike's Weather Page. Always great to talk to you, my friend. Have a good week, and I'll see you next week, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. See you, bud.
Yeah.